A drunk driver swerved onto the sidewalk and killed a service dog belonging to a disabled veteran biker. The driver laughed as he drove away. That night, 80 motorcycles showed up at his front door. What happened next shocked the entire town. Marcus Gunnar Thompson had only two things that kept him alive after losing both legs in Afghanistan: his motorcycle, specially modified with hand controls, and his service dog, Bear. Bear was a 4-year-old German Shepherd trained to detect PTSD episodes before they happened. The dog had saved Gunnar's life at least 7 times in the past 2 years. Tuesday evening, Gunnar and Bear were walking home from the VA clinic on 3rd Street. Bear always walked on Gunnar's left side, trained to help him balance when the phantom pain got bad. Gunnar was on his prosthetics, moving slowly, when a black BMW came swerving down the street. The driver was Chad Brennan, 26 years old, trust fund kid who'd been kicked out of 3 bars that afternoon. His blood alcohol level would later test at .19, more than twice the legal limit. He was filming himself on his phone, laughing about how wasted he was. Chad's BMW jumped the curb doing 45 miles per hour. Gunnar saw it coming and tried to move, but his prosthetics wouldn't respond fast enough. Bear did what he was trained to do. The dog pushed Gunnar hard, knocking him clear of the car's path. The BMW hit Bear directly. The impact threw the dog 15 feet into a brick wall. Chad kept driving, laughing into his phone camera. "Did you see that? I just smoked some mud. This is going to get so many likes." Gunnar crawled to where Bear lay broken on the sidewalk. The dog was still breathing, but barely. Blood pooled underneath him.
No, buddy. Stay with me. Please stay with me.
Called 911. Someone else called the Iron Wolves Motorcycle Club. Gunnar was a member, and every brother needed to know what just happened. Within minutes, Tank arrived on his Harley. He found Gunnar on the ground holding Bear, both of them covered in blood.
Please.
"He saved me," Gunnar kept repeating. "He pushed me out of the way. He saved me again." An emergency vet arrived in a mobile unit, but it was too late. Bear died in Gunnar's arms at 6:47 p.m. The dog's last act was licking Gunnar's hand once before his eyes went dark. Tank had never seen Gunnar cry, not even when talking about the IED that took his legs. But now his brother was breaking apart on a blood-stained sidewalk. "We got witnesses," Tank said quietly. "Black BMW, license plate number, everything." Guy was filming himself drunk driving. By 7:15 p.m., the Iron Wolves had the driver's name, address, and complete background. Chad Brennan lived in a mansion in Riverside Estates, bought by his father who owned 3 car dealerships. Chad had 2 prior DUIs, both dismissed because Daddy's lawyers made them disappear. President Axel called an emergency church meeting. Church meant club business, and 80 members showed up within the hour.
"Our brother lost his service dog tonight, and the driver was drunk, laughing about it, and drove away like it was a joke."
The room erupted with cursing and threats. These were hard men who'd seen violence, and most wanted blood immediately. "We ride to his house," growled Snake. Tonight.
Wait, we do this smart, legal. We're not criminals anymore. We're a brotherhood that protects each other within the law.
Hammer stood up. "So what's the play, Prez?"
"We make him famous for all the wrong reasons."
If you believe bikers are good people, subscribe to this channel and show us your support.
The Iron Wolves had members who worked everywhere. Tech guys, lawyers, social media experts, even a few former cops. Within 2 hours, they had Chad's drunk driving video downloaded from his phone. Witnesses had filmed the accident from 3 different angles. The club's lawyer confirmed everything was admissible as evidence. But they also did something Chad never expected. They researched his entire life. Every privileged moment, every time Daddy's money got him out of trouble, every entitled post on social media. They built a complete profile of a rich kid who'd never faced consequences. At 9:30 p.m., 80 motorcycles rolled out in formation. The rumble could be heard for miles. They rode through downtown, past the VA clinic where Bear used to wait for Gunnar, past the spot where the dog died. Someone had already placed flowers there. Riverside Estates was a gated community for millionaires. The guard at the gate saw 80 bikers approaching and immediately called the police. "We're here legally," Axel told him calmly. "Public roads, peaceful assembly. We're just visiting a resident." The guard had no legal grounds to stop them. The motorcycles rolled through the gates like a slow-moving thunderstorm. Chad Brennan's house was impossible to miss. 6,000 square feet, swimming pool, 3 luxury cars in the driveway. The black BMW was already home, front bumper dented from hitting Bear. The motorcycles formed a circle around the property, engines idling, creating a wall of sound and metal. Neighbors came out to see what was happening. Several called 911. Chad appeared on his second-floor balcony holding a beer, still drunk. "What do you want?" he yelled down. "You killed my brother's service dog," Axel called back. "We're here to make sure you remember that."
It was just a dog.
"It was just a dog."
My lawyer says you
Chad
can't prove I
laughed.
was drunk.
"My lawyer says you
I'll pay
can't prove
whatever
I was
fine and
drunk.
move on."
I'll pay whatever fine and move on." Just a dog? Tank roared.
That dog
saved a war hero's life 7 times. Today he saved him again and died doing it. Chad took another sip of beer. "Not my problem. Maybe don't walk your mutt in the street." That's when the police arrived. 6 squad cars surrounded the scene. Sergeant Davis stepped out, a 20-year veteran who knew the Iron Wolves well. They'd helped his department with several community programs. "Axel, what's going on?" Davis asked. "Just peaceful assembly, Sergeant," Axel replied. "Exercising our First Amendment rights outside the home of a drunk driver who killed a veteran service dog." Davis looked at Chad on the balcony, then at the bikers. "Anyone breaking any laws?" "Not us," Axel said. "But that guy up there has 2 prior DUIs and killed a service animal today while drunk. We have video evidence." The sergeant's face hardened. "That true, Mr. Brennan?" "My lawyer will handle this," Chad shouted back. "You all need to leave my property." "We're on public streets," Axel corrected. "And we're not leaving until justice is served." Chad's father arrived in a Mercedes 30 minutes later. Richard Brennan was used to fixing his son's problems with money. "Officers, I want these bikers arrested for harassment and intimidation." "They're not breaking any laws, Mr. Brennan," Sergeant Davis replied. "But your son might be. We have video evidence of him driving drunk and committing hit and run."
That's ridiculous.
"That's ridiculous,"
My lawyers will have
Richard
this
blustered.
dismissed by
"My
morning,
lawyers will have this
just like
dismissed
the
by
others."
morning, just like the others. Axel pulled out his phone. "See, that's where you're wrong, because while we've been standing here, that video of your son laughing about killing a service dog has been posted online. It's already got 500,000 views." Richard Brennan's face went pale. "You can't do that." "Already done," said Ghost, the club's tech specialist. "Posted on every social media platform, tagged every news station, even sent it to the Department of Veterans Affairs." Within an hour, the video had 2 million views. News vans started arriving at the Brennan mansion. Reporters interviewed the bikers, who calmly explained what happened. They showed pictures of Bear, of Gunner receiving his Purple Heart, of the service dog's training certifications. The narrative was crystal clear. Rich entitled "Drunk Kills, War Hero's Service Dog," and laughs about it. By midnight, it was trending nationwide.
I'm here just because of bikers. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.
Chad's father tried everything. Lawyers called television stations threatening lawsuits. PR firms tried to spin the story. Nothing worked. The video spoke for itself. Chad's own words, his own laughter, his own admission of being wasted. It was all there. The district attorney, who'd previously dismissed Chad's DUIs under pressure, now had no choice. With millions of people watching, she filed charges. Vehicular manslaughter of a service animal, DUI, hit and run, reckless endangerment. The charges carried up to 3 years in prison. The Iron Wolves stayed outside the Brennan mansion until dawn. Not threatening, not violent, just present. A silent wall of accountability. When the sun came up, they started their engines in unison and rode away. Their message delivered. Gunner didn't ride with them that night. He stayed home, sitting in the dark, holding Bear's collar.
He was more than a dog, and he was my reason to keep living.
We know, brother. That's why we made sure the whole world knows it, too.
The trial happened 4 months later. Chad's lawyers tried every trick, but the evidence was overwhelming. The jury deliberated for 37 minutes, guilty on all counts. The judge sentenced him to 2 years in prison, 5 years probation, permanent revocation of his driver's license, and $50,000 in restitution to veteran service dog programs. Richard Brennan tried to appeal. The appellate court denied it in record time. For once, money couldn't buy justice. The Iron Wolves established the Bear Memorial Service Dog Foundation. They raised $200,000 in the first month to train service dogs for disabled veterans. Gunner became the foundation's director. It gave him purpose again. A year later, the foundation matched Gunner with a new service dog named Valor, a golden retriever
can't
with
replace
Bear's
Bear,
same gentle eyes and
but
protective
he can
instinct.
honor him.
He can't replace Bear, Gunner told the club, but he can honor him. The Iron Wolves still ride past the spot where Bear died. Someone always places fresh flowers there. The memorial plaque reads, Bear, service dog, and hero. He saved his veteran one last time. Chad Brennan served 18 months before parole. He lives in a small apartment now, takes the bus everywhere, and works at his father's dealership washing cars. The trust fund was cut off. Every entitled privilege gone. Sometimes the scariest justice doesn't come from courts. It comes from 80 bikers who make sure the world knows what you did, who turn your own words into evidence, who stand as a wall of accountability when money tries to buy silence. Gunner rides every weekend with Valor in a specially designed sidecar. The club always surrounds them, protecting their brother and his new companion, because that's what family does. They remember the ones you lost. They honor the sacrifice, and they make sure justice is served, one way or another. Bear's collar hangs in the clubhouse next to the Iron Wolves flag, a reminder that some battles are won not with fists, but with truth, persistence, and a brotherhood that never forgets.
If you believe bikers are good people, subscribe to this channel and show us your support.